The 2021 All Flags Women's Premier League Grand Final is here. Which team will take out the title? Victoria Park had a dominant season, holding top spot of the ladder for a large portion of the year, before being awarded the minor premiership at the conclusion of the regular season. Westside Wolves also had a strong season, entrenched in the top four for a large portion of the year, before climbing to second place and finishing just 1 point behind the ladder leaders. Today marks the 200-game milestone for Wolves star Chloe Pendlebury, with the side also possessing the 2021 joint Charlesworth medalist, Maddie Ratcliffe.
We had a really good run home. The second half of the season we started to string a good few games together and play a really nice style of hockey. So coming into the finals, hopefully we'll be able to play that good team style and we'll be able to get the job done over Vic Parks. We've got a really strong team out there. Victoria
Park will look to their 5 Hockeyroos representatives for leadership, but also boast a strong young cohort.
I think that we're still pretty nervous. Wolves have always had a great record against us and it's always a tough game. So I think even though we did have a great win last year, this year is going to be a completely different game. The build-up's been different, but I think on the day something always happens, so it'll be a great game.
The 2021 All Flags Premier League Grand Final will be decided by which team's better on the pitch. So be loud and proud in your support for your side and enjoy the 2021 Hockey WA Grand Final Day, presented by Brightside Live.
A very good afternoon from the Perth Hockey Stadium at Curtin University. It is what everybody's been playing for in the All Flags Premier League this season. It is the All Flags Premier League Women's Grand Final. And today we see the defending champions from 2020, Victoria Park, who finished top of the ladder, taking on Westside Wolves, who were the champions in 2019, who finished second on the ladder. It promises to be an outstanding final against 2 very, very good teams. Well, we'll take a look at the team lineups just to get those out of the way and the players to look out for. And first of all, looking at Victoria Park, and the players I think you need to look out for are obviously their international players. Georgia Wilson comes into the starting lineup for the first time in the finals series. Alicia Power, their goalkeeper, such a key component when they won their semi-final to progress through to the grand final. And I feel she is going to have a really big game again today. Carrie Somerville, we've seen what she can do. She had an outstanding grand final last year and also is dangerous from penalty corners. Jane Claxton, also in the midfield, will be looking to spark some attacks. They also have Laura Barden wearing number 12. And I also feel up front the key players for them is they're going to have to take their opportunities. And that means that Harriet Collins, Katie Clark are going to have to find the back of the net when those opportunities arise. And look out for a young player who I think has been really great this season, and she may well have an impact on this game, and that is Tyre Medlin wearing number 21. Phil Hulbert is their coach. Turning our attention now to the Westside Wolves. Well, again, they've got a wealth of talent here. If we look at their former internationals, Rebecca Greiner and also Maddie Ratcliffe, who just won the Charlesworth medal for the fairest and best in the league, so she'll be on a real high. And then, of course, you have the Buckley sisters, who are always big for Wolves, especially in the big games. And also Faye Nash, the Great Britain-born player. She is key in the midfield along with Ash Faye. And I also think that the young player to look out for in this team is Jess Friedman. She scored in the semi-finals as well and could be a girl that will pop up with a goal just when Wolves really need it. Well, I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing all of the action with you this afternoon. And alongside me, I'm pleased to welcome back former international and very much a legend in West Australian hockey, a dual Olympian, 185 caps, and that is Kobe McGurk. Kobe, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Well, do you get a bit of a jitters on this and wish you were back out there still?
Absolutely, and I saw Jay Taylor out there marshalling the troops, and yeah, I wish it was me down there today, that's for sure.
Of course, Jade Taylor, the coach this year, her inaugural season as coach of the Westside Wolves. Gives me a chance just quickly to acknowledge our sponsors who've been with us all year. Healthway, a proud supporter of Hockey WA. Be your best on and off the field. Choose healthy options for fuel to go and play. Also, All Flags and Banners, the naming rights partner for the All Flags Men's and Women's Premier League. You can find out more information at their website, allflags.com.au. And as for the event itself today, that's brought to you by Brightside Live, while the live stream is brought to you by Ashley Morrison Media. And if you're feeling hungry and you're at the game watching this on your mobile phone, you can get a meal and order it on your phone. Snacker is a mobile ordering platform designed to keep fans in the action and out of the queues. It's available today on Grand Final Day here at the Perth Hockey Stadium, and the service will be available free all day and feature heaps of promos and giveaways. Download Snacker, which is SNACKR, and that's free on iOS and Android. Well, we're not far away from the action, and you heard the players I feel you've got to look out for. Do you agree with some of those or disagree with any of them, Kobe?
100% agree, Ash. I think you nailed it. I think I was going through your list, giving him a tick every time if I was in agreement, and I think you nailed it, absolutely. But I do think the core players in both teams will be pivotal today, and it's a matter of who comes out firing early.
Sure will be, and it's going to be an absolute cracker of a game, because Wolves were the only team in the regular season to manage to beat Victoria Park twice. Yet it was Victoria Park who got the victory when it mattered and progressed straight through to the grand final. But again, as I mentioned, Alicia Power had a cracking game that day.
She's exceptional. She always has been, and I think she, with this training environment she's been a part of, she is going to be pivotal. But I do think the Wolves will think they are the underdogs, and I think they'll play to that today.
Well, yeah, it's probably a nice position for them, because often, because they've been such a successful club, they are the favourites.
Yeah, but I do think they, like I mentioned, they love it, and I think they'll thrive on that, and I think they'll play to that absolutely today.
Now, I did mention that Maddie Ratcliffe won the Rick Charlesworth medal in the week. Should mention that she shared that with Hayley Paget from YMCC, and I just want to pay my own personal tribute to both those players. Dropped out of the Hockey Roos program, but a great example of players that haven't given up, keep battling, still playing, still performing, and that's a real credit to them as people.
Yeah, I think personality-wise that just shows what sort of person they are, and I think, Maddie Ratcliffe, I can speak to her. I've seen her running the bridges across her. She trains, so hard and is just passionate about life, and that's evident with her results in the Charlesworth medal.
And we should just mention as well that Amy Lawton won the Rochelle Hawks Young Player of the Year award, and Lizzie Dugard won the Goalkeeper of the Year, the third year in a row and her fifth overall. She's won it more than any other goalkeeper in the history of the women's game here in WA. And I'm amazed that she's not featuring in at least Hockey Roos training camps again and having a chance or a look in.
Yeah, absolutely. Liz is exceptional person as well. And I had the pleasure of playing with her, coaching her, and absolutely loved everything that she's about. Goalkeeping-wise, she's exceptional, and it's a shame that she isn't a part of it, and I hope one day she does get another crack.
Well, the umpires making their way out to the turf, and that is Sarah Allenson and our favourite Kiwi, Tracy Powley. And I know that her mum will be watching back in New Zealand as we see the players coming out with their mascots alongside them. That's the tradition of the grand final, and it's a really good one, because you just wonder how many of these players get inspired to stick with the game. And then in about 5, maybe even 10 years' time, they too are playing in a grand final. And the players will line up across the centre of the pitch, and we will then have a moment's silence because Australian hockey lost a very special person this week. Kathy Partridge, she was born in Armidale, New South Wales, the 312th Hockey-roo, made a debut in 85 and won gold, the first ever gold for an Australian hockey team in Seoul in 88. And a wonderful tribute by her teammates is on the Hockey Australia website. Well, unfortunately, I think the various people didn't hear the announcement that we were having a moment's silence. Very sad that they didn't adhere to that, but maybe it's just the PA system, they didn't hear it.
Yeah, let's hope so, because obviously it's a massive tribute for someone who was so phenomenal, both for the male and female Australian program.
Absolutely, the first female to be involved in the men's coaching program, and that in itself is really breaking through the ceiling, isn't it?
Absolutely, and she just always had, that guts and grit and determination to be, never afraid of being who she was, and that was delivered in her coaching.
Very, very sad for Australian hockey, and very sad for all the members of the 88 Seoul Olympic gold medal-winning Hockey-roos team. Although I don't think they were known as the Hockey-roos then. I think that came a little bit later.
You'd know, Ash, not me.
I think that came around in the 90s, actually. But anyway. And Chloe Pendlebury is just getting awarded. It is her 200th cap today. And we didn't mention her in the players to look out for because she just misses consistency at the back and just will not let anything pass.
Yeah, I remember umpiring her last season, and I come off the field and I said to her, I was like, nobody can get past you. You are the best tackler in the league.
No, fantastic achievement. I was reading on their website, they were saying that she is honest, reliable, and just is a player that the young players idolise and the whole team idolises. So that's a pretty fair compliment from your teammates and your club. And of course, Rachel Frusher, the captain of Victoria Park, she's a player in exactly the same mould. Again, so consistent, so reliable.
And they're the players you want, and I don't think we have enough of those players anymore in our modern hockey, but they are two phenomenal players that have been great servants of the game.
Well, we're about to get the grand final in 2021 underway. The big question is, can Victoria Park go back-to-back? They won their first ever grand final last year in 2020. It would be a huge achievement for the club. Well, if we look at Westside Wolves, 15 premierships they've had. 5 of those were won when they were known as grads. And of course, they've won the others since they became Westside Wolves. And that was a merger that took place in 1987. Well, it will be Victoria Park to get this first quarter underway. Great to see the crowds out supporting this match, although the grey clouds are scudding overhead and it may look like we're going to get a bit of rain. The whistle goes and Vic Park carries Somerville. First touch and pressure applied by Ellie Buckley. Frusher again, first to get to the rebound and clean it up for Victoria Park. Rockcliffe slips it away, trying to push that pass through is Laura Barden. It's into the circle, trying to play it across the circle is Katie Clark. And Wolves get the free out.
I think you can see early there the physicality from Jane Claxton trying to assert herself early.
And I think that's how you're going to see it, Kobe. It's going to be Vic Park will try and take it to Wolves early in this match. They've stolen possession again. Carried forward by Claxton. Out wide it goes now to Collins. And it's a free out. Again, there was a bit of confusion. I wasn't sure what that signal was.
You to me.
If it had music to it, it would have been good. Trying to deflect that one down the line, but unfortunately didn't come off that time for Candice Peacock. She's playing, of course, her 101st game for Westside Wolves. And unfortunately, the ball patrol just rolling another ball on the pitch. Somerville deflected by Claxton, but it's collected by Peacock. Infield, and that was a short pass won by Barden. Coming back across and stealing it again is Ash Fay.
Can see Barden busy early, hassling in the press in the front line there, which is good to see.
Absolutely. And it's stolen again by Victoria Park. They're really determined to keep the pressure on Wolves early in this match. Somerville making a way forward to take the free hit. Played forward in the end by Wilson. Intercepted though. Rogers Uff though is lost out. No, she's managed to get it back and loses it again. And the free hit goes the way of Victoria Park. Of course, a couple of years ago, Wolves got the early goal and then had to hang on against Hale. Just a slight mistrap that time by Alicia Robinson. Over the side it goes, and the Wolves supporters behind their bench very vocal. And there's a mistake there. Tegan Gaminer helped out by Beckett Frisch, but her clearance is not a great one. In the end, it is Pendlebury, or we should maybe call it De Pendlebury. Ratcliffe now trying to play it forward. Ellie Buckley will collect that. Just showed a little bit too much of the ball, and Frusher pounced, went off the stick of Buckley over the side, so it's Vic Park ball.
It'll be interesting to see those two and also Gemma go against each other. They are really good friends off field. So, you know, I think there'll be a little bit of healthy or friendly rivalry out there today.
Well, I believe they're more than that. They all live together.
Correct.
And I was told it's been very awkward in the house this week.
No doubt, especially at the photo shoot as well.
So, yeah, it would be a very difficult place to be at the moment, and tonight could be even worse.
I have no doubt, regardless of the scoreline, they'll all come together at the end of the night.
Well, that's how sport should be. Tegan Gaminer now hits that one forward. Again, it's cut out well by Robinson this time. Comes wide. Barden has had plenty of touches early on. That's a good steal again in the defence by Pendlebury. Trying to win that back was Barden once more. Trying to find Claxton was the pass from Wilson. Claxton will get it now. But again, pressure being applied by Ratcliffe. Put the hand in the back, but got away with it. Frusher being closed down again by her housemate.
A little bit disorganised at the front line of Wolves. They had 3 players going to 1 ball there, so need to sort that out.
Oh, and the free hit went the other way, and Wolves have pushed players forward, so they're having to scramble to get back now. Into the circle it goes, but it was fortunately for Wolves behind Harriet Collins as she was coming to meet the ball. Certainly as we approach the end of the first 5 minutes, Victoria Park have had the ascendancy in this match at the start of it. Claxton again steals it for Victoria Park. Again, there's just that urgency to get to the loose ball a little bit quicker. Collins loses out. Good tackle coming in that time from Gaminer, but one back again by Vic Park, but Ratcliffe wins it back for Wolves. And the free hit taken from the wrong spot, so we'll come back once again. So Ash Fay, self passes, goes the diagonal pass, deflected into the circle. It's deflected high. It's going to be a free hit to Wolves outside the circle because it was lifted from outside, creating the danger before it went into the circle. Again, the umpire's just making sure it's taken from the right spot. Gaminer over the ball to Fay. Pushed wide. Peacock now trying to get around the back. Into the circle it goes. What did that deflect off? Oh, it was off a stick.
It was a good opportunity. Friedman in there hustling in front of the net, which is great to see. Good early touch for the youngster.
Jess Friedman comes from the school you're at now, St Hilda's.
Yes, she's been playing. She's a phenomenal player, great young athlete, and really asserting herself playing ones at such a young age.
No, she's impressed me. She's certainly not looked at sea at this level.
She's good at multiple sports though, so she also has a great record on the footy field as well.
I have to say, I think at a young age that's very important.
Absolutely, and highly recommend it, especially with this generation. Can't encourage it enough.
You learn so much. Remember Steph Curry, the basketballer, saying that he learned about not being the best and how you have to react when you're not the best.
I think that's a life skill that we should all learn.
Well, Vic Park at the moment are the better of the two teams, the way we've started in this match. That was cut out well again by Fay. Push forward to Friedman. Friedman just showed Frusher a little bit too much of the ball there. Stolen away, and in the end it was Rockcliffe who cleaned up. Wilson. Thomas plays it down the side, but it was just a little bit too tight an angle for Kayla O'Sullivan to keep it in play. Just looking at these two teams, there's very little to choose. 1 point between them on the league ladder at the end of the regular season. And if you look, both of them used 24 players in the whole season. Vic Park only have had 2 players that have played every game, while Westside Wolves have had 3. So there's nothing to choose between the two of them. And that's what you want, though, isn't it? Just consistency of players and the team out on the park. Makes such a difference.
Absolutely. And in the club system, that's exactly what you want. You want your key players playing consistently. And then when others come in, you know, it's unfortunate that when the Australian girls come back that the juniors miss out. But I think they learn a lot from the opportunities they do get.
Well, Pendlebury, not surprising, one of the players to have played every game for Wolves. Rogers Uff and Ash Fay, the others.
Pendlebury's also just come off winning an amateur footy competition as well. I'm not sure if you knew that one, Ash.
I didn't know that. No, I don't follow that sport. You should know that.
Englishman.
I just think it gets enough coverage. Well, we've gone past the halfway stage, and so far neither keeper called into action as yet, as Carrie Somerville plays it forward and kept in play well by Haslerham. Goes infield. Ash Fay again cleans up at the back. Gamina pushes it up the sideline. Over the side it goes, and Somerville gets the chance to play in quickly from the sideline. And that's a good steal by Maddie Ratcliffe. Friedman now just looked up and it caught her foot. Good advantage played by the umpire. Wilson comes square now to Laura Barden. Heavy touch that time from Katie Clark. Barden gets it back, top of the circle. Maddie Ratcliffe intercepts, but only clears as far as Thomas. Thomas trying to get it back in. Good fighting play. Coming back from the forward line. Into the circle. And what did that? Well, it's a long corner. That was a brilliant bit of defending by Candice Peacock.
Outstanding defending, but I think as a forward there, you've got to do a little bit better. I think it was a fantastic opportunity to put one on the board early.
Wilson now with the long corner. South passes moved along the 23-metre line. Frusher. A good turn inside the circle now. And was that a foot? Looking for the first penalty corner. Collins not rewarded. And Wolves playing out from the back. Frusher got a body and everything behind that one and stopped Rogers Uff getting up the sideline. Into the final 5 minutes now of the first quarter. No goals as yet. Good pass again, picking out Friedman. Wolves have weathered the storm. Can they now mount their own attack in this last 5 minutes? Peacock, as the deflection was there, but it was cleaned up again at the back by Somerville. Nobody else forward, so having to go on her own, and good steal. Emma Reid dispossessed. Emma Reid, whose parents are watching, I believe, overseas. Her dad, Graham, the coach of India, who won a bronze in the Olympic Games, won a Premiership in '96, lost a grand final in '95. So Emma's level with him with one at the moment, and she'll be hoping she doesn't match her dad by losing this one. And the free hit going the way of Vic Park inside their own half. Somerville over the ball. And that one just bouncing away, unfortunately for Sarah Haslerham. Good pass to pick out Greiner. Greiner, in turn, a good pass to Ellie Buckley. Buckley gets the free hit, turns and plays on quickly. Dribbling towards the circle. And another free hit awarded. Gemma Buckley comes forward, played it quickly towards the circle. Well read and cut out by Barden. Barden carries to halfway now and releases it to Tyre Medlin. And Medlin, it was a good idea, but just too much pace on the pass.
Barden's been busy. It's been good to watch. Seeing her in different colours is interesting, though. Back when I was coaching, she was at Waspies.
Laura Barden made a debut for the Hockeyroos in 2015 against Korea. Now has 46 caps to her name. She came from Camberwell Hockey Club in Victoria as Greiner now burst forwards, looking again for Ellie Buckley. Somerville read the pass and stepped ahead. And it's Barden again now. Lovely little shimmy to take her away inside Faye Nash that time. Stopped though in her tracks by Maddie Ratcliffe. Gets the ball back, has to bring it down. Ellie Buckley coming back, and whether she saw Buckley coming, I'm not sure. Thrown forward, good covering defence again from Victoria Park, as Ratcliffe looked as if she was going to burst through the middle. Good work by Sophie de Jong, the Dutch import from Amsterdam. Started her hockey at Ignatius College. Well cut out, Gemma Buckley. Fighting back again is Barden. And Claxton penalised this time. De Jong goes square. Ash Faye goes back to Pendlebury. Oh, it's Peacock rather. Fooled by the scrunchie. Wilson. Greiner putting pressure on Wilson. Deflection coming from Rockcliffe is a good one. And the pass infield cut out by Wolves, but they're giving it away again. Cheap turnover. Barden turns on the 23-metre line. Peacock was there. Just caught her toe, I think, before she managed to trap that one. What a time to score. We're into the final minute. If Vic Park could even get a penalty corner. Comes wide now. Thomas into the circle. Barden trying to create something. Finds the foot. There is the first penalty corner of the match. And what a time to get one, Kobe.
Yeah, really clever play there. Stayed composed in the circle and did the team thing, earning the corner with 45 seconds to go.
Great time to score if Victoria Park can. Scored 19 goals from penalty corners this year.
Somerville's on, so she is likely to be the key option, or Frusher.
Beckett Frisch marshalling her troops behind the line as Renee Rockcliffe makes her way to the baseline. Somerville at the first battery, Frusher at the second. They go with Somerville. Somerville flicks low, she scores! Bottom left-hand corner. It is Victoria Park who open the scoring in the 2021 Grand Final. 1 from 1 from penalty corners. Carrie Somerville with the score.
Well worked, fantastic clinical execution. Everything was clean, the push out the trap, and then obviously Carrie Somerville with the execution there. I think timely and also, you know, well deserved, given that they have, I guess, been in control for this first quarter.
Well, you can't really deny that they deserved it, as you say, Kobe. They've had all the pressure, but still on the attack, though. Wolves trying to get a penalty corner of their own in the final seconds. Off the foot of Wilson. Need to get it in the circle. We're in the final couple of seconds. And that's a brilliant steal in the end from Emma Reid, and the hooter goes, and that is the end of the first quarter. And it's been Victoria Park who've piled on the pressure and got the reward in the final minute of this first quarter with their first penalty corner. Carrie Somerville flicked home, and that means on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard, it is Victoria Park 1, Westside Wolves 0. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium, Victoria Park, surrounding their coach, Phil Hulbert. Kobe, you've been there, you've won a grand final as a coach and as a player. What would he be saying? I would have thought you'd be very happy with the way they started.
Yeah, I think he'd be encouraging the girls to continue the processes that they, were able to apply in the first quarter. It was simply, they had the ascendancy there and they were clean and clinical. They knew where each other was and they had really good awareness for that early one-touch pass.
And certainly they were hungry for possession. Just again like to acknowledge our sponsors this year. Healthway, a proud supporter of Hockey WA. Be your best on and off the field and choose healthy options for fuel to go and play. And of course All Flags and Banners, the naming rights partner for the All Flags Men's and Women's Premier League. If you want more information, visit their website allflags.com.au. Second half now underway as Barden plays it back to Wilson. And Vic Park look like they are really in the mood today, Kobe.
Yeah, they're really focused and determined, and I think that's in every single line. I think they've been solid in defence. The midfield has been, getting a lot of ball, and up front, Barden is leading the troops with getting the ball.
And Barden again inside the circle, but she got the final touch that time, so it will be a free out. Ash Fay goes to Pendlebury. Slipping is Nash, but goes to Gemma Buckley. Buckley creates the space to be able to turn, looking for the return pass. That'll be cut out by Rockcliffe. Infield to Somerville. Wilson just dispossessed there. Good time, well-timed tackle rather by Candice Peacock. Peacock self-passing and coming back is Katie Clark now. Ellie Buckley, just a mistrap from her. Somerville just swept it away. Rockcliffe now bursting forward. Little mistrap from her, and Nash tries to get it forward, but again it's just given away by Wolves. Claxton kept it in play, and Gamina put under pressure, turns away from Barden, did well. Ratcliffe now, a little bit of space, scans what's available ahead. Goes to the baseline, Griner rather. And the free hit goes the way of Vic Park. And Vic Park, not surprising, just slowing things down a little bit, because Wolves starting this second period really with a little bit more tempo. Emma Reid goes square.
Really good shape ahead of the ball there by Vic Park, really spreading the defence of Wolves.
Good run from Reid as well on the angle. Katie Clark, though, it was a wide turn from her. If it had been a shorter turn, she'd have been able to find that run, I think. Just a bit of a looping turn. Over the side it goes. Gamina will have the ball from the side for Wolves. If you look at the international experience, Wolves have 68 international caps as opposed to Vic Park 300 international caps.
Yeah, and I think experience, as we know, in finals does count for something. And you can see those players already with that experience in Vic Park, really owning the ball, controlling it, slowing it down at the right times, and holding the ball up.
Should say that Jane Claxton has 193 of those caps for Victoria Park. The other players, of course, are Alicia Power, Georgia Wilson, Carrie Somerville, and Laura Barden. Good pass forward now as Clark tries to get in around the back of Peacock. Wins a free hit just outside the circle. So Vic Park in a good attacking position. Goes out now to Thomas. Into the circle it goes, missed by Claxton. Gives me a chance to just tell you Beckett Frisch, Rebecca Griner, Maddie Radcliffe and Ash Fay are the capped players for Wolves. Beckett Frisch having played for Canada. Played in from the side, Emma Reid found Claxton across the face of goal. Clark was there, Peacock was there. Frisch let it run. She must have been well aware of who was lurking.
Yeah, Katie Clark normally pounces on those, so I wouldn't leave too many of those going across the face with her there.
That's what I was thinking. Katie Clark, of course, who's a master at family planning, was pregnant last year, had the baby in the off-season and was available first game of the season. That's planning, Kobe.
Given hubby is also a hockey player, I think they've planned that together.
Now that hit the foot of Claxton, so it will be, and she's going to pick up a card for playing that after the whistle. Well, I think actually she knew that it had hit her foot, so here's a chance for Wolves. They've got a player advantage. Brilliant pass cross field. Peacock stumbles, and that's a good block going in by Jamie Thomas, but it's broken play up. The free hit taken from the wrong spot. Greiner comes across now to take it, although she's going to leave it for Peacock. Back it goes to Pendlebury. Slides the pass, brought down brilliantly by Greiner, missed it, squares it, played in! There is the equaliser from Westside Wolves, and it is Ellie Buckley, who else? Johnny on the spot, or rather Jill on the spot, who put that one in, and it is all tied up at 1 apiece on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard.
Outstanding to see the highest goal scorer for the season put one away in a grand final.
She just knows how to score goals, Ellie Buckley, but great work by Greiner to set her up.
Fantastic, getting the ball under control and people in the right positions.
Absolutely. Ellie Buckley won the Jackie Pereira Top Goal Scorer Award this year in 2021. She's also a 4-time All-American when she was playing in the USA. And at the time, only 13 players had ever done that. And what was amazing was she played 2 years as a forward, 2 years as a defender. Which to me means she's pretty special.
Yeah, both Buckleys. I think, you know, Ali and Gemma come as sort of one. They've just fantastic players, and they have been for a number of years, both for Wolves and also for the WA Diamonds, or Thunder Six as they are now known.
And here come Wolves again. Greiner collects. Ellie Buckley inside of 2 defenders marking her now. Greiner forced wide. Good defence again by Frasher. Greiner, though, gets it in. Good save. Alicia Power, very positive coming out and clearing that one. This game has really tilted the other way suddenly. And I'd have to say, well done Jade Taylor, because she's really fired them up for this quarter.
Yeah, I think key players are getting more ball, better decisions being made, and they've shortened their game rather than the big long hit all the time, which is, I think, has given them more opportunity.
Pendlebury goes square to Ash Fay. Hails from Bly in Queensland. Started her hockey at Maroochydore Hockey Club and then played for Valley in Brisbane. Fay again into the circle. Frasher, great collection by her just inside the circle. Gemma Buckley gets it to Peacock, back to Fay. Good communication from Fay Nash saying go back to Pendlebury. Fay Nash, who played international hockey for England at every level except senior level.
Wolves are doing well to handle the ball now. They've got more possession, but still that final pass is too long and too direct. They just need that one extra pass to draw Vic Park out rather than passing straight to the sweeper.
Comes to Fay again. Fay once more. Pendlebury. Gamina being closed down. And that was good pressure applied that time by O'Sullivan. Claxton now for Vic Park, looking for Rockcliffe. Gamina stepped ahead of O'Sullivan. Greiner now trying to play it down the line. Ellie Buckley was there. Carrie Somerville had to make sure she watched that one onto a stick. Finds the foot. Carrie Somerville just seems to have grown in stature as well since she was promoted to the Hockey Roos squad.
Yeah, she's been a good player for a long time. So when she finally got named, I was really happy for her. I think she's been around for a long time now and been consistent. And she's just steady and calm and always has been. And it's fantastic to watch her control the game from the back.
And I believe was actually a very good lacrosse player as well.
Really talented on both, yeah, in both fields, yeah.
Played for the Subiaco Lacrosse Club.
Glad she chose the right sport.
I believe that there are moves ahead trying to get lacrosse, aren't they, in the Olympics in 2028?
Given the sports they have added, I'm sure lacrosse is fitting.
So Emma Reid from the side for Vic Park. Ash Fay came across, couldn't get it under control. Great work coming back in the end by Maddie Radcliffe. Friedman just missing that pass, coming out of defence that time from Ella Duprier. Hasselham goes to the air. Ratcliffe brought it down brilliantly, full stretch. Stolen by Rockcliffe. Infield now to Claxton. Claxton looking for the runner, Katie Clark. Clark has got it in behind Gamina. Pendlebury is just inside the circle. Clark, well, Gamina somehow got her feet out of the way. I think it was a penalty corner awarded in the end. It wasn't pretty.
Well done by Katie Clark there. Shows her experience. She didn't rush, she held it up, she waited for Gamina to make the error and executed well.
Katie Clark, of course, has won grand finals before, not just last year, but with Curtin. So has that experience, and that counts for a lot in these big games. Rockcliffe makes her way to the baseline again. Carrie Somerville at the first battery with Georgia Wilson trapping for her. Rachel Frusher at the second with Jane Claxton trapping for her. I'm sure they'll go Somerville again. They do. She flicks, comes off the first runner, Maddie Radcliffe. It'll be another penalty corner. Radcliffe saying it was the stick. I have to say from up here, I thought it was the shin pad.
Looked like a corner for me too.
Don't play poker against Maddie Radcliffe. That's the...
It's unlike Faye Nash to have a conversation with Allinson there.
And it comes again. Somerville, it's a dummy one this time and deflected away. Beckett Frisch this time. It'll be a long corner. Wilson over the ball once more for Victoria Park. We got just over 5 minutes left in the first half. All tied up at 1 apiece in this All Flags Premier League Grand Final. Clark, short pass to Claxton. Up it goes off the foot. Comes out wide again to Clark. Long handles it. Rockcliffe was at the top of the circle but couldn't trap it. And Ellie Buckley bangs it the length of the pitch, and it may go out just before the corner flag. No.
It's an Ellie Buckley special that. She loves hitting for touch and then allowing her team to set up and try and assert themselves in the press.
Well, it's a good move when you're under pressure. Frusher now. Square again. Anisha Robinson carrying it forward. Cutting infield is Hasselham. Friedman. Duprier now. Pressure being applied. They're going back to Pendlebury. Duprier into the corner. Stolen by Collins, but over the side it goes. Just notice we've not been saying Laura Barden's name as much in this second quarter. She was so dominant in that first 15 minutes. Looking to close down now.
Yeah, she's playing more on the outside, not centrally this quarter. I think so, therefore not getting as much ball.
We'll see if that changes as the match progresses. She seemed to be having such an impact on the game in the first 15. Duprier again. Well, it looked like a good pass to Ash Fay. It's going to roll through to Buckley. Buckley turns Hasselham brilliantly. Buckley feeds it forward. Off her line is Power. Power with a brilliant anticipation. Closed down Sage Rogers up, and the chance has gone begging for Wolves. And off the foot it goes. Good play by Harriet Collins.
Great play there by Buckley. It was all class, a little bit of finesse. Rogers was in the right spot. It was just Alicia Power reading it well and stopping what was near on a certain goal.
Alicia Power, as we mentioned, has been a key component in Vic Park's resurgence in the last year or so. Last year was outstanding. This year she shared the duties in goal. It was a driving run by Barden. Should give mention to the other goalkeepers, Tess Rowling and Lisa Gleave, who've also shared the goalkeeping duties for Victoria Park and played a part in the team being in the grand final.
Absolutely. I guess it's really important that you do acknowledge those that have contributed, and it's not those that have even played. It's the twos girls that push the ones girls to be better as well. And I think that Vic Park would actually love that approach, and support growth and development of everyone.
Back it goes again from Robinson. Oh, that was pretty special by Thomas. Good pass out now to Clark. Clark helping it forward and just couldn't keep it in play. It's a long corner again. Wolves having to go to the baseline. Just over a minute and a half left in the first half. Cut out well by Rogers Uff. Katie Clark trying to steal it back, wins the free hit for her side. Again, the clock is ticking down, and Vic Park, if they're patient and they keep possession, can they steal the lead before the long break? Garden, well, she was hoping that that would roll for Emma Reid, but it didn't. Peacock just glancing up at the scoreboard, seeing the clock and how long's left. Feeds it to Maddie Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe turning infield, goes back again to Peacock. Pendlebury now. Out wide to Gamina. Gamina closed down by Clark. Over the side it goes. Pendlebury again. Finding Greiner. Greiner determined, and a strong coming together between Barden and Greiner, but it's Vic Park who have the ball with Claxton. Ricochets up off the Wolves stick, so it'll be a free hit. Victoria Park just outside the circle, about 5 meters rather, away from the top of the circle. Comes back to Somerville now. Needs to get the ball in. She does. Deflected towards goal. And Pendlebury into the foot, and that will be possibly the last play of the first half. Some of the players making their way towards the sideline, and it is indeed the last play of the first half. Well, it was Victoria Park that took the lead in the 15th minute, a penalty corner converted by Carrie Somerville. And then Ellie Buckley, after good work by Rebecca Greiner, pulled the goal back for Westside Wolves. So as we head into half-time, it's Victoria Park 1, Westside Wolves 1 on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard.
Hi, I'm Alicia Power and I'm a goalkeeper for the Perth Under 6, and I'm here to show you how to save the ball with your hands. Saving the ball well is really important as a goalkeeper. It's really important when we're saving the ball with our hand that our hands are out in front. When we save the ball in front of us, our knees and our feet are below our hands as well. It's really important to use your whole body when you're saving the ball and making sure you meet the ball out in front of you. To give yourself the best chance of success on and off the field, choose fruit and water to fuel to go and play.
Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. beginning to grow the crowd here, and it's good to see, but the grey crowd's going overhead, and we hope that the rain will stay off. Just want to acknowledge again our sponsors. Snacker today is one of the new sponsors on board. They are a mobile ordering platform designed to keep fans in the action and out of the queues. Snacker is a mobile ordering platform, which means you can skip a queue and order snacks via their app. They're servicing both Turf 1 and Turf 2 today for the event goers, and you're able to order either pickup or delivery in the Snacker delivery zone by the scoreboard, and it's a free all-day download of their service. Snacker, S-N-A-C-K-R. And of course Healthway, a proud supporter of Hockey WA. Be your best on and off the field and choose healthy options for fuel to go and play. The Westside Wolves, first team out for the second half, and I always think that's a good sign when a team wants to get out there, Kobe.
Yeah, they come out quite early, didn't they? I think it's great. I think they're ready to go, and I think Jay Taylor would have pumped them up. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, now we see Vic Park emerging from their dugout, all tied up at 1 apiece on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard. Who is going to come out on top in this one? Half an hour to go. If we're all level at full time, we go into 5 minutes extra time each way, golden goal, and then the dreaded shuttles or the shootout. I don't think it's going to go to that somehow, Kobe. I think we're going to see a winner in normal time.
I think everybody would appreciate a normal time win, that's for sure.
Now the floodlights coming on as it's gone a little bit dark here, and that will just add to the atmosphere. Alicia Power just giving a real shout out to the players in front of her before she went back to her goal then. And the whistle goes again before the countdown in the stadium is finished. Frusher. So the pressure trying to be applied. High press now coming from Wolves, who really lifted in that second quarter to get back in the match. Pendlebury going to be closed down by Barden. Faye getting the touch that was important. Ratcliffe now. Down the line she goes to Greiner. Greiner somehow keeps it in play in a foot race with Frusher. The defence comes out for Vic Park. And that though, there's nobody in that space, so possession going back to Wolves. Would you change anything from either side in the way they were playing?
No, I don't think anything at this stage. I think if anything, changes will come in the fourth quarter. But I think at the moment they'll just try and build it. Wolves would have been happy with the up until half time, and I think Vic Park would have gone back to what they did well in the first quarter.
Barden gets forward, feeds the ball to Katie Clark, continues her run, gets a push in the back from Pendlebury. Katie Clark, though, forced away from the circle by Pendlebury, then plays the ball into the circle. It broke for Rockcliffe. Collins is there now, should collect it inside the circle. Faye Nash stands off it. It's deflected up off the stick of Barden. Well, the umpires are going to confer because Barden was very quick to say she thought it was a penalty corner. How did you see that one?
Well, the ball was lifted, but Ash Faye was actually near the goalkeeper, so it was on target.
Yeah, well, we're sticking with the original decision. I don't have a problem with that. Only Victoria Park fans will. So Ash Faye again will take the free out. Just dropping back is Gemma Buckley to offer an option. Good work again by Claxton, but it ricochets off her stick over the sideline. Buckley goes back to Faye. Barden looks to close down. Push through the midfield to Ratcliffe. Good steal by Wilson. And Ratcliffe doesn't agree with the decision. Somerville. Amy Thomas again. To Robinson, back to Thomas once more. Somerville turns away from Rogers-Uff. Rogers-Uff gets a Little touch, takes it over the side. Somerville takes it quickly. Into the circle it goes. Barden didn't get it under control, or it's a foot, though, just outside the circle. Wasn't sure that had been spotted. So Somerville again, trying to deflect that into the circle was Barden. But that was lifted too high that time by Rogers Uff to try and play it into the body of Somerville. That's why it's a free hit to Vic Park. Wilson now, blocked by Ratcliffe, comes back to Wilson. Wilson to Frusher. Goes wide now. Collins can't get on the end of that one. So Wolves will get the free out. Faye Nash. Little Lion is her nickname. And she will keep fighting all the way to the end.
The season's been pretty interrupted with injury, so it's good to see her out there in the grand final.
There's a lot of players this year seem to have picked up injuries. I think it's that stop-start with games called off due to COVID. But we're very lucky that we are seeing sport played here, and credit must go to Hockey WA for keeping the season going. Across the face of goal, touch was there. Good save again, Alicia Power to stop Ellie Buckley, adding a second.
Really great opportunity and diving desperate there, and she's really opportunistic, and you've got to watch her. They're giving her too much space at the moment.
Power read that really well, because I thought it was going to loop in at the back post. Up in the air it goes. It'll be a free out. Wolves now do the complaining. And leading the chorus, not surprisingly, Maddie Ratcliffe again. Peacock, good steal by her. Good pass too to find Greiner. Rogers Uff missed that, so Somerville cleans up at the back. Greiner did very well to bring that one down again. And it ricocheted up, it caught Jane Claxton, a nasty blow. Jane Claxton, of course, won the 2020 Charlesworth Medal, product of the South Australian Sports Institute.
Good pressure there by Wolves. They had three players surrounding Georgia Wilson to force the error.
Can they make it count? Gamina to Ratcliffe. Plenty on that one, and it came off Frusher's stick over the baseline. So it'll be a long corner directly opposite where it went out of play. Faye Nash, time back on. Well, no, I think she took it just a split second too quickly. Oh dear, missed trap by Faye, and looking to pounce is Reed. Faye, oh, good help from Pendlebury. And Ash Faye knew she was coming back. That was great awareness. Claxton, though, has stolen it back for Victoria Park. Tries the diagonal pass for Collins, but able to let that one run. Again, good awareness shown by Gamina. Tegan Gamina, who had a spell in Germany with Blau-Weiß Berlin a few years back. I believe the family have German origins, so that's maybe why she headed there. Now Emma Reed with acres of space pushes it into the path of Claxton. And Claxton missed that one, has to double back to get it under control. Wilson, good run forward from her. Peacock couldn't stop the pass through. Katie Clark, really good tackle, Pendlebury. Low down, it comes though to Claxton once more. Robinson to Somerville. On halfway. Good lead again, collected by Kayla O'Sullivan. Ellie Buckley coming back and defending and gets the free hit for her side.
Much better build-up play, though, by Vic Park. I think they held the ball for longer periods of time. They didn't force it and really were trying to get on the outside of the Wolves' defence.
There is nothing to choose between these two teams at the moment. Over the side it comes once more. Coming into this game, Wolves with just one loss in their last 11 games. That was to Victoria Park in the final series, and Vic Park one loss in 14 games, and that was to Wolves. So there really is nothing to choose between these two.
And I think you can see that here today. There's depth across, you know, both teams, and all lines, and it's really hard for someone to penetrate and score a goal.
De Jong went off her stick over the side. Collins now. Good block again from Pendlebury, comes back to Clark. This time it's De Jong that puts the block in. De Jong steals it for Wolves. A little bit narrow up the side, and over the side it goes. So now Renee Rockcliffe for Victoria Park. Wilson. Haslaham. Somerville to Wilson. Wilson's got a little bit of space there. Goes square to Frusher. Good pass down the outside to Thomas. Ellie Buckley, good defensive work by her, just putting it over the side. Thomas to Frusher once more. And Ellie Buckley again. Well, that's where she has the experience in the final third and in the forward third. Turn from Claxton. Just let it dribble off her stick. Nash picks up for Wolves. And trying to go to the air. Didn't quite happen that time. So it's still Vic Park pressure. 6.5 left in the third quarter. Still tied up at 1 apiece on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard. Somerville comes wide again now to Robinson. Robinson cuts infield. Well, she got past 2, but then eventually the third was too much, and Greiner just can't keep that one in play. I believe that Rebecca Greiner's parents are watching up in Bundaberg, Annette and Bruce, so hopefully they're on the edge of their seats wanting to see a Wolves victory as Katie Clark comes around the back. Clark still going. Great tackle again. Good deflection over the baseline from Nash. Vic Park looking dangerous at the moment.
They really are, but great defence there by Nash down low. That's an indoor hockey experience.
Frusher again on the angle. Great pass to pick out Claxton rather. And it's a good save. Beckett Frisch low down at the near post.
Vic Park are posting up well, so they're creating a number of opportunities now and then laying off wide, which is really spreading the Wolves' defence.
Frusher once more. This is great spell of pressure from Vic Park along the baseline, driving towards goal. And a penalty corner won by a really good run by Alicia Robinson. Alicia Robinson, who had a real shot a few years ago when she was diagnosed with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is a thickening of the heart muscle, which reduces your blood flow, and it really interrupted her career.
It's great to see her back out there, though, and she's had 2 really good runs. Initially a couple of minutes ago and then just there to create the corner, and it's great to see because that was her strength many years ago.
Yeah, fantastic to still be out there competing at the highest level. The 4th penalty corner now for Victoria Park. Carrie Somerville at the first battery again. Frusher at the second. They go to Somerville once more. She flicks to the left-hand side of the keeper. This time, though, it goes wide of the post.
She's still going for that bottom corner again. You could see that, and just that, you know, execution, but the intent was there.
I just thought the injection looked a little bit slow that time. Maybe being harsh, but
just wasn't as clean as the first well-executed one.
And Wolves now trying to break forward. Dupree in the middle. A stick gets caught by Somerville. Somerville fighting her way through a wall of Wolves players. And again, Maddie Radcliffe feeling that Dupree should have got the free hit after her stick was held by Somerville, but not given. Missed that time, and strong challenge from 200th game, Chloe Pendlebury. So Wilson over the ball for Victoria Park. Just over 4 minutes remaining now in this third quarter. Frusher again. Rogers Uff going to close it out. Somerville once more. Great deflection towards the penalty spot. Beckett Frisch across the face of goal. Barden, well, it was so close. Harriet Collins was there, ready to give it the tennis smash.
They certainly have lots of people in the right positions there, just unfortunately Barden couldn't put it in the goal.
Griner brings it down from the air now. Cuts infield away from Renee Rockcliffe. A little stick poke from Rockcliffe. Somerville steals it back. Barden again. Cuts infield away from Dupree. Griner got a little bit of a touch. That's going to break though for Buckley. Good work again though by Vic Park, just breaking up the Wolves attack. Ratcliffe looks to play it down the line. A good lead coming from Griner. Frusher following her. She's gone past her. Free hit now, just outside the circle. Griner takes it to the corner. Frusher comes out to close her down. Ratcliffe deflects up off Rockcliffe's stick, not deemed dangerous because no Wolves players were in that vicinity. Frusher now takes it into the corner. Buckley behind her, her housemate. And Griner, good defence once more from Victoria Park, but it's going to be another free hit. Ratcliffe now trying to get the better of Rockcliffe. Rockcliffe steals it just inside the circle. Short pass from her finds Collins, and Collins finds the foot of Gemma Buckley. Pressure eased by Victoria Park.
Good to see Wolves, though, have a sustained period of time in their front half. I think Vic Park have really had ascendancy in this quarter.
Wilson now. Buckley comes back. Ratcliffe is there. And Wolves have won the free hit. It's turned around. Initially the umpire and the 5-metre rule. Ratcliffe again goes square now. Turn from Ella Dupree. Looking to take on Barden. Into the circle it goes. And that was deflected away right in front of goal. Good work once more by Robinson. But I don't think she realised Griner was out in that space and had to close it down really quickly and force the mistake from Griner. Catering coming past you, Kobe. What's going on here?
You need to be VIP, Ash, for that.
Yeah, but they shouldn't waft it in front of you like that, should they? So Gemma Buckley, as we're into the final minute of the third quarter. Still all tied up at one apiece. Stolen by Rockcliffe. Rockcliffe gets the better of Peacock. She's got Clark ahead of her. Feeds it to Clark now. Clark looks to play it across, but good defensive work by Tegan Gamina. Long corner. Still time for Victoria Park to force a penalty corner or even a goal. Reed again, top of the circle. Claxton gets it under control. Fires it in, but it'll go harmlessly out of play. And Wolves will take their time, you would think, and try and eat up valuable seconds. Ash Fay looks at the clock, goes wide to Gemma Buckley. Clark closes down. Maddie Radcliffe keeps it in play. Somerville steals on halfway. And the hooter goes for the end of the third quarter. No goals in that quarter, but plenty of action. And it's going to lead to a real grandstand finish as we head into the final break. It is Victoria Park 1, Westside Wolves 1 on the All Flags Premier League scoreboard. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium as the team group breaks up for Westside Wolves and they make their way back out onto the turf for the last 15 minutes. Or will it be? Will we be headed to extra time, golden goal, 5 minutes each way? We'll have to wait and see. Just like to acknowledge all the clubs who've supported us over the past 4 years with the live stream and have fed information to us on appearances, etc. You help make the stream really interesting for all those dotted around the country and the world. So thanks for your help, but you may not be in the grand final. It's Wolves Victoria Park and it's tied at 1 apiece. And again, the countdown, they just can't quite get it right, can they?
One job.
You can tell the beers are flying though. Rogers off, going on the advance. Now it's a free hit to Peacock. Wilson steals. It's a very difficult game to see who's going to steal this one, Kobe.
Yeah, it is, but I think both coaches will try, you know, to change things up in this quarter to make sure they get the win.
Claxton now, a little bit of space for her. Nash coming back, goes wide to Collins as the rain starts to fall. Cross the face of goal. It fell for Barden, and she put it wide. Well, that may well have been the golden opportunity.
Yeah, I think it was, and I think clean play, but a really great, I guess, counter-attack, and just, you know, unfortunate, but it just wasn't put away.
Well, there again, Renee Rockcliffe playing the ball away after the whistle had gone, and Vic Park get a green card, 2 minutes on the side, and Wolves, though, foolishly just play it over the sideline, just needing that little bit of composure. Jamie Thomas from the side for Vic Park, plays it straight to Gemma Buckley, who in turn finds her sister, who finds Greiner. That's a great pass forward. Rogers off though, turning, and she hits her own shin pad in frustration.
Just needed to make the trap and then spin rather than trying to do it all at once there.
Absolutely. Breaking forward now, Victoria Park again. Collins, good tackle by Pendlebury. Collins, though, annoyingly stays there, and eventually the free hit goes the way of Wolves. And move it across to the line on which the offence occurred. Well, the rain has come, which is a shame. All this English rain, it's the rain you don't really notice. It's more like a mist spray until you realise how wet you've got. Well, again, Pendlebury and Barden. Wilson takes the free hit quickly. Had really nobody around her. Had to go back to Frusher. Took it possibly a bit too quickly. Thomas now, good pass from her. Clark, across the circle it goes, but free hit going Wolves' way. Ashfay just keeping calm, short pass to Gemma Buckley. Pendlebury, Collins working hard, crossing over Ratcliffe. Can she turn the game? Breaks one tackle, coming forward. Ball left behind, the whistle came a little bit late. I think Ratcliffe was just about to launch into a protest.
Great strength there, especially against Claxton.
It's a good pass down the line to Peacock. Into the circle it goes. Good defence again by Vic Park and Rachel Frusher. She's been rock solid at the back for Victoria Park. It's really good to see her involved in the Osdrill Challenge earlier in the year, which was the sort of Hockeyroos internal camp. Thoroughly deserved, in my opinion.
Oh, she's fantastic. I think she's one of the best in the league and has been for many years now.
This is going to break for Renee Rockcliffe. It's been missed by Beckett Frisch, but Rockcliffe missed it, and a stroke has been awarded. I think it's against Pendlebury.
Well, I think Rockcliffe would have been grateful that a stroke was awarded, given that she did a windy.
And Beckett Frisch now, well, can she prevent Somerville from giving the lead back to Victoria Park? So far this season, they've not had any penalty strokes. So Carrie Somerville against Beckett Frisch. Just waiting for the whistle. Whistle goes, and it just beats Frisch. She went the right way, but it is Victoria Park who claim the lead back, and it's Carrie Somerville once again that gets the goal for them.
Didn't look that convincing from here, but a goal's a goal, and yeah, again, well executed by Somerville to make sure that Vic Park have the lead.
As a goalkeeper, though, you'd be so frustrated. She went the right way. It was literally just about an inch or a split second.
She did everything right.
So now Wolves have got to come from behind once again. Can they do so? Penalised that time was O'Sullivan. Peacock with the free hit for Wolves. Goes to the baseline. Greiner so nearly got that under control on the reverse stick. Now Victoria Park looking to go back-to-back. 2020 was their first Premiership. They won the minor Premiership. They went back-to-back with that in 2021. It'll be quite an achievement if they can do it. Gemma Buckley tussling hard there. Gets the free hit off Thomas. Still plenty of time left. 10 minutes in the match. Goes up off O'Sullivan. It'll be a free hit. Peacock, though, took it from the wrong spot. It was just outside the 23. Pendlebury. Gamina having to move back a few metres. Good pressure again from Reed, who's working really hard in that forward line. Peacock now gets closed down again by O'Sullivan, who steals the ball this time around. Peacock now trying to get goal side as O'Sullivan bursts over the 23-metre line. Stick poke doesn't come off for Peacock, but the pass goes straight to Pendlebury. Rockcliffe now to Wilson. And Wilson finding the foot of Ash Fay. It'll be a free hit to Vic Park, right on the 23-metre line.
Vic Park looks strong now. They're really controlling the ball, and it's great to see that run out wide there by O'Sullivan.
It's funny how the minute the goal has been scored, we've seen it throughout this game, the team that scored has really gained the ascendancy.
And you can see the older heads now just maintaining possession, moving the ball around, trying to, you know, wind the clock down and obviously build an attack.
Rachel Frusher again goes wide to Haslerham. Frusher to Haslerham again. A little bit of space for her now. Plays it into the body of Pendlebury. Free hit taken quickly by Haslerham. Was looking for a foot, didn't manage to find it. Sarah Haslerham, ex-Melville player. As I mentioned, played every game this season. Ash Fay. Wolves still got time, but they need to get on with things quickly, but they've given it straight back to Frusher. Wilson. Reed. Block, top of the circle. O'Sullivan plays it in, and Gamina. And a penalty corner has been awarded. Well, if Vic Park can convert this, that you feel may well be that.
Yeah, I think so. Somerville doesn't look like... Oh, no, she's actually just got the message. So Somerville's on, which is the threat there.
Fifth penalty corner of the final. Wolves yet to have one penalty corner. Somerville will line up at the first battery. This time alongside her is Alicia Robinson. I think that's more just a decoy.
Decoy, but can hit.
Out it comes, Somerville flicks. Oh, it's a goal from Somerville. A hat-trick in the grand final. A wonderful finish into the roof of the net. Nothing Beckett Frisch could do about that.
Outstanding finish there by Carrie. I think, you know, she really has asserted herself on this game. Similar to last year's grand final, she has been rock solid, and 3 goals, you know, makes her look like she may well win player of the game.
Well, the Shirley Lease medal is the medal up for grab for the best in the grand final. And I was watching back last year's grand final, and you were tipping it. She didn't get the nod last year. It actually went to Madonna Blythe, the captain of the losing team, Hale. But often you see goal scorers pinch it when maybe they don't deserve it, but she's had a good all-round game.
Solid. She's really controlled the game. She's been composed. She's passed, wonderful balls through lines, and her tackles have been outstanding.
I don't think there'd be anyone complaining if she was awarded it, put it that way. But now the big question is, with 7 minutes left, can Wolves find 2 goals from somewhere? Or have Vic Park sealed the match already by this player coming forward? Somerville feeds it to Barden. Good pass to the baseline. They're rampant. That was a foot. That's another penalty corner. Now Vic Park are on fire now.
Yeah, they really are, and I think this is where the experience really has, come to fruition. I think Claxton's controlling it. I think Somerville's stepped up. They're just really handling the ball well.
And they're really stretching Wolves, it appears to me.
Yeah, they've got a box formation, so they've got 2 extremely high, and then the 2 midfield play high to create a box formation. And they're playing into one midfield and then getting it on the outside quickly.
The Somerville again at the first battery, and why would you not go to her? Out it comes once more. This time good work by the first runner. That was Rebecca Griner, and into the foot of Somerville it went. But they've given it straight away to O'Sullivan. Fed inside the circle. Clark, good save, Beckett Frisch. And Griner is there again to try and clear for Westside Wolves.
Great quick shot there by Clark. That was one of her, strengths for many years, and it's fantastic to watch her still be able to put those quick shots away.
Wolves, that's been the story of the game, actually playing out from defence. They've just turned it over a little bit too much.
Yeah, all of their defenders all have fantastic passing ability, but I think they're all trying to pass along. So I think they just need a balance.
Oh, Frusher looked to Thomas, but changed her mind and goes back to Somerville. It's about keeping possession now, running down the clock. Ratcliffe comes to close down. Somerville's there, gets it between Griner and Ratcliffe. Good pass to Claxton. In turn finds Wilson. Wilson to Collins now. Comes back again to Thomas. Thomas plays it into the foot, looks to play on quickly. Feeds it to Wilson. Wilson squares it, top of the circle. Barden. And a penalty corner again for a stick check.
And I think coming in, Wilson, without having played, coming into a team can always be hard, but I think she's done really well today. She's fitted in well. Obviously, she's a quality player, and I think the team has really lifted with her in it.
She's kept it simple, hasn't she?
She really
hasn't
has.
tried to do anything difficult.
She's been clean, she's been simple, and I think played a really good team game.
Couldn't agree more. Well, Renee Rockcliffe coming forward now. I think we might see a variation here. The amount of conversation that was going on there, well, that may well be a bluff as well.
I think it is a bluff. I wouldn't change something that's working.
Rachel Frusher, though, maybe she's going to get her first attempt. Somerville at the first battery, Frusher at the second again. This time it comes out to Frusher, goes into the circle. That was a foot. Oh no, it was off. It's a long corner. It was off the stick. I thought it was a foot the way it ricocheted up.
Goalkeeper off.
So Beckett Frisch coming off now for Wolves with just under 5.5 minutes left. What a time to do it at a long corner as well.
Yeah, you can see Jay Taylor saying, no, not now. I haven't caught it, just wait.
Yeah, coming back, I'm not surprised. Well, what's going on now? There's a bit of confusion. Yeah, and Beckett Frisch is coming back onto the pitch. I was going to say it's a crazy time to pull your goalkeeper when the opposition's got a long corner.
And great to see Hulbert and Taylor having a bit of a laugh about that one.
Absolutely. Phil Hulbert, he's been there, done that as a player. Comes back to Claxton. Frusher now. Somerville. And of course, the longer they keep the pressure on, the longer it delays that. What a pass. Katie Clark into the circle. Pursued across the face of goal. Frisch got a good touch on that one. It's left behind. Duprier, down the line it goes. Ratcliffe didn't get it under control. Frusher will, though, for Victoria Park. Played it up the line. Robinson did really well. She's still going, although the whistle is gone. And now we will see Beckett Frisch pulled. Just a reminder for those of you who are not aware with the rule change, no more goalkeeping privileges for a defender. So there are no kicking fullbacks as they were known. They have 11 outfield players, Wolves, and defensively they can only use their stick, all of them. Griner again. I thought that was a foot, so did Wolves players. No whistle, and Vic Park have said thank you very much. Claxton and Wilson combine again. Somerville on the acceleration on the outside. Plays that little bit too far ahead of Laura Barden.
You can see the fitness though of Vic Park. When they win the ball, they run hard to get forward to be an option, and that's really come, to light in this last quarter. I think they're outrunning Wolves toward the end of the game.
Peacock goes infield again to Greiner. Greiner's been involved in a lot for Wolves, trying to spark things. Coming across again, it's Thomas who steals it back for Victoria Park. And it is Vic Park ball from the side. Jamie Thomas, who last year won the Southwest Hockey Grand Final and was voted best on field. Southwest Hockey, obviously a special place in your heart too, Ovi.
Absolutely. I loved hearing that stat.
Frusher loses out to Nash and used the body a little bit too much. Ellie Buckley now drills it in. There's nobody there though. Arriving late was Friedman. Saw the opportunity, but there was just too much pace on the pass.
And I think now you'll see the professionalism of Vic Park to run the clock down. 2 balls on the field. They won't be in any hurry here, and you can see that happening already.
Absolutely, just over 3 minutes remaining now in the match. Played over the sideline, so Wolves will get the ball, but they want the ball quickly. Can they get 2 goals in 3 minutes? I've seen it done at international level. Peacock. Good lead again from Ratcliffe. Looks to take on Frusher. Watched it all the way onto a stick. Long corner conceded. Peacock plays on quickly. And again, the angle just all wrong. Everybody more ahead of the penalty spot than the ball behind it.
I think when you've got an extra player, you can't be hitting and hoping like that. I think you have to be a little bit more calculated with your attacks.
Of course, the big question is how often do they practice this?
I think we always laugh about it. I think as coaches we think we've practiced it, but I guess the execution in a grand final sometimes, is hard.
You've got to be very, very disciplined, and it takes a lot of practice, I reckon. And you've got to have patience and belief.
Yeah, and backing each player to play their role.
That's Vic Park who are on the attack again, so now the pressure will really come to bear on Wolves. They haven't got a goalkeeper on the pitch. They've won the free hit, but we've got just a minute and a half left in the match. Ashfay happy to carry it forward. Vic Park happy to let her do so and just sit back. Comes wide to Pendlebury. It doesn't look like her 200th is going to be the celebration she was hoping for. Gamina, she just didn't trap the ball at all, and over the sideline it goes. Rachel Frusher. Oh, blocked. Ellie Buckley launching herself at that one.
Great forehand volley at the net there. I think she does play a bit of social tennis.
Remind me not to play doubles against her. Pendlebury brings that down, but over the side it goes. It's going to be her free hit, but we're into the final minute, and you feel that Victoria Park are going to go back-to-back in 2021. The minor premiers, who only lost 3 games in the regular season. 2 of those they lost to Wolves, and the other one to UWA. They're going to do the double over Wolves in the final series when it matters. Rockcliffe gets a free hit just outside the circle. Ellie Nalder deflected up off Claxton. It's a long corner. In fact, it's a 16 rather. And that will be the final play. The players start to embrace, and the substitutes come running onto the park. It is Victoria Park who claim their 2nd premiership within 2 years, and their 2nd ever. And you'd have to say that Carrie Somerville, well, she'll steal all the headlines with a hat-trick, a penalty corner in the 15th minute. Ellie Buckley pulled a goal back for Wolves, which meant we went into half-time with a scoreline that read 1 apiece, and then a penalty stroke from Somerville in the 49th, and another penalty corner, a real zipper into the roof of the net in the 53rd minute, meant that it final score was Victoria Park 3, Wolves 1. Well, Kobe, thoroughly deserved.
Absolutely. I think they were clinical all game. They started well. Wolves had a little bit of a crack in the second quarter there, but I think very much that Vic Park really did execute everything and the game plan well. They made the most of their opportunities in the short corners, and I think they really did deserve to win today.
Sure did, and it will probably, who would be your tip for the Shirley Lease medal?
I think Carrie was exceptional, and I think it's hard to go past 3 goals, obviously, but I think Barden was pretty special to watch as well. Claxton come busy late. Wilson was simple, but I can't go past Somerville. I think 3 goals in a grand final, as well as her robust defending, I think she's the pick for me.
Well, Shirley Lease, of course, was a life member of Hockey WA. She was an umpire from Busselton in 1957, moved to Perth in 1971 and served on the WA Women's Hockey Board, and only retired in 2008. And I can tell you that the Shirley Lease medal winner in 2021 is indeed Carrie Somerville. Thoroughly deserved a hat-trick in a grand final, but it was much more than that. It was a really polished performance by her, as Kobe McGurk said. And so as we leave you here, the Victoria Park players continue to celebrate their back-to-back grand final win, their second premiership in successive seasons, their second premiership ever. The final score here, Victoria Park 3, Wolves 1.